In the 1960s, Nigeria was on a par in terms of aspirations to attain a very high level of economic growth and development with its fellow oil-producing and exporting countries such as Malaysia and Indonesia, but has since failed to keep pace with them. Nigeria's agricultural, manufacturing and mining and quarrying sectors have played a continuous and significant role in the development of the country's economy. Despite its large renewable and non-renewable resources, the country is still grappling with mounting economic problems of unemployment, hunger, poverty, external debt burden, and decaying public infrastructures. The approval of the Millennium Development Goals, MGDs, by the United Nations General Assembly therefore raises a pivotal question for Nigeria. Why is Nigeria still an underdeveloped and low-income country?
If we were doing things successfully or properly, if monetary policy management was okay, best practice, if fiscal policy was best practice, if the schedule for preparation and implementation was strictly adhered to, if the principle of higher capital allocation compared to recurrent expenditure, because at the moment it's only 30% or thereabouts that's allocated to capital expenditure, and this has been so for quite some time. If the reverse is the case, and 60% or more become allocated to capital expenditure or infrastructural enhancement, obviously you should see much difference in the landscape. That is, of course, if the issues of corruption and things like that are discounted.
You also need to look at what is the level of development of the SMEs, the development of the manufacturing sector, the number of jobs that are available, the manufacturing index.
Before we discovered oil, we had the granite pyramid in the north, we had the cocoa in the west, we had all these things, and the land is still there as I'm talking now. So the issue of revenue is predicated on the government willing to do the right thing. Nigeria has no business importing fuel. We are the 6th, 7th largest producer of crude in the world. Let us refine all our crude in here.
It is expected that under the new democratic dispensation, there ought to be large investment into the growth and support sectors from domestic and external sources if the country is to attain the international growth target of achieving a high and sustainable level of economic development. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo admitted that the building blocks for the diversification of the Nigerian economy and priority sources of growth for the economy are agriculture, manufacturing, solid minerals and construction.
By mid-1960s, we had our first national economic development plan. Then we went into civil war, and by the time we came out of our civil war, we had our second economic plan. And those economic plans had content, have in them social content that really meant that we were transforming. We did not continue with them. So continuity is part of the bane of our transformation efforts.
Despite its temporary economic setbacks, it is believed Nigeria needs substantial investment in physical and human infrastructure and social capital.
My take on